that Xbox showcase literally blew me away. I do not know what else I could have asked for there. So, if you aren't aware, Xbox has just aired their usually annual Xbox showcase, which showcases a lot of both world premiere games and games that have already been announced from both Xbox and third-party publishers. And not only did Atlus release the first proper trailer for Persona 4 Revival as well as the release date, but they also officially announced for the first time ever Persona 6. I'm going insane. Oh my god. On some random Sunday evening, I have homework to do. Well, I just did it, but it's not up to scratch, but whatever. And you're telling me they just dropped Persona 6? Like, it is insane. But I thought I would probably run down on the trailers, showcase any things I noticed, or, kind of mini-analyze them, I guess. Well, for Persona 4 at least, that's not much for Persona 6. And then theorycraft a little bit about Persona 6. So, in case you aren't aware, Persona 4 Revival is releasing on the 18th of February 2027, which will be just over 3 years since Persona 3 Reload. Oh, this art looks so good. But anyway, yes, here we have the Persona 4 Revival trailer. Let me turn this down a bit. Rated M for mature, as Persona games usually are. Here we have our guy opening up. So this is the first little bit we see here. We have Dojima and Adachi. And first of all, I want to comment, this UI looks amazing, right? It's quite sorry, I know this is blocking it, but I don't know if I can hide it. Well, I want to say, the UI is it's kind of minimalist, but I do really like it. Like, you just have these nice shapes here, the quarter circle, and you've got the weather in this little circle at the top there, which is very nice to have on demand there, given that weather is such a big factor of Persona 4. And these sprites, I have seen a little bit of hate towards them. I like them. I think they're going for a more cartoony vibe than Persona 3 Reload did, which went for more realistic with its shading and such. But I think these still look very good. And it fits, I think having the more cartoony vibe fits more with the small town idea of Persona 4. These text boxes are very nice. I like the angles here. And the models, they look very good. I will say, I think the switch to Unreal Engine did good for Persona. Because I think, like, the new models look so much better than, like, if you look at, like, the Persona 3 Reload and Persona 4 Revival models, they look so much better than, like, the Persona 5 Royal models. It's insane. Here we can see our first look of Revival Adachi. He looks so sad. He looks like a wet dog. I hate him, but he's here. Unfortunately, I don't think we saw any of his sprites, this trailer, so we're going to be sticking with the original true image for a while longer. But that might get replaced when this game comes out. So, yeah, this is from early game here. Probably, I think, when they discover Ai's body? No, Saki's body. Ai is one of the social links. It's been a while since I played Persona 4. Yeah, this will be when they discover Saki's body and they're doing that investigation. So, continuing on. We have first look at Yosuke here, as well as Junes. I really like this whole background design, dude. This just looks gorgeous. It's insane. You have all these lovely, I don't even know how to describe it, but it looks so good. You have of course, they're going into TV. This sprite, really, you can see what I mean about the more cartoony vibe. It's kind of using flatter colors than P3R did. But once again, I think the sprites do look very good, in my personal opinion. Kind of hear a new clip of Yosuke's new voice actor. Well, I presume he's been replaced. I'm not very good at telling the difference between voice actors sometimes. Which I know has been a very controversial topic since P4R has been announced. Because the original Persona 4 voice cast, specifically Yuri Lowenthal as Yosuke, are just so iconic. And I think for many it will be a struggle to get used to the new voice cast. But I have faith in them. I think Reload's new voice cast knocked it out of the park, especially with some of the comparisons between some of the worst voices in the original, like Aigis and Fuka. Drastic improvement. So, and I don't think any of the Persona 4 original voice actors were bad in their performance. They were all very good, as opposed to Persona 3. But, yeah, I'm excited to see, you know, what this new voice cast has in store for us. We have a reach out to the truth, say that again moment. Moving on. This would be when they first enter the TV world. One of those nice rendered cutscenes that I really love. They look so good.
Where are we?
These models look amazing. And these anime cutscenes as well. Look at Teddy there, but this is an anime cutscene, so it doesn't really matter. And this is when we get our first glimpse at the new UI. And I think this looks so good. They have knocked it out of the park. I think, like, the one criticism I have is the enemy name up here looks a little bit jank. It looks kind of like something I put together. It looks like there's a bigger... Oh, I know it's because of the P, and that reaches down and further than the rest. But it looks like something I would have put together in Photoshop. I think, like, a font change or something would do wonders for that. But, elsewhere we can see we have the dial, the TV dial, for our face buttons menu. That's so cool, man. If they actually animate that spinning as well, Atlas, please, genuinely, I'm so fucking hyped. We have X for attack, which would be square on PlayStation and Y on Nintendo, which is new. I think it's normally the bottom face button for attack, I think. Yeah, they've... Obviously, Persona is always the top face button, but they've rebound the rest of these, I think. They've got, yeah, attack on X, which is normally A, I think. Then A is assist, which I think I've heard is meant to be the feature where you hit the button and it automatically targets the enemy's weakness if you know it. It's interesting that they bound that to a face button, considering that's normally... Oh, shit. Considering that's normally relegated to one of the bumpers or the triggers. So, I wonder why they did that. RB is guard, which is normally B here. And then B has been rebound to item. And R would normally be the assist, probably, RB. I'm trying to remember what the item command usually is. I think that's... Yeah, item is usually that, the left face button. So it's normally... Or maybe I'm just basing it off of Persona 5, I don't know. But it's... That one is attack, that one is guard, that one is item, and that's Persona. Top face button is always Persona. We're running 3 for 3 now. As for down here, we've got rush as we normally do. We've got the... I forget what button this is on Xbox. But that weird button for check status. And then... I know it's hard to see. They have bound a button for flee. It's the down D-pad, which is really funny because that is normally relegated to the tactics menu, which it looks like might not be here. I mean, that menu is only really used for either changing your commands for your party member, which isn't really used much nowadays, or fleeing. Or I guess in Persona 5 it's used to switch out your party members using Hifumi's confidant abilities. But yeah, it just seems like they've completely removed that, which could mean the complete removal of the tactics system, which I know some people are definitely going to have complaints about. But I think it is very funny that they just bound a whole button to flee. And this little, what are they called? The images of the party members' faces. I love this illustration. He looks so happy, so joyous that his game is finally getting remade. A lot better than the just staring straight ahead from the side that the original game had, I think. And once again, I love that you've got, like, the outer circle as well with the command text in it. It's really good.
Whatever's going on here.
And that's the crit. I like... Hang on, go back. The crit having, like, the TV glitchy text on that. That's so good. Like, this game has so much style. It's insane. Like, the pink and blue is just a really nice color combo as well as white. You got the transgender Kami critical hit. What lore implications does this have? I don't know, but yeah, I really love that detail. We have, of course, the Velvet. Well, we don't get the whole look here, but we have Igor, who I think that's the same sprite as Reload. I want to say that's either the same sprite or very similar. Because I know that obviously Igor generally uses similar sprites between games in the same engine. His Use Awakening, reanimated. This animation here. Okay, no, this is the party menu. Little glimpse at the party menu here. So you have you in the center, and it looks like you're going to have the party members surrounding him, and then it's going to zoom in on whatever one you select with this beautiful art, man. They have hit it out of the park with the art here. And like just the UI design with all the circles, you've got the sky in the back. It's so good, man. It's so good. Here's our viewer Yukiko's new model and her sprites. I really like Yukiko. I think that this sprite looks kind of silly. It's because of Yukiko's dark eyes. I know that because it looks like she has no pupils. But it is pretty silly. But I do like it. New model is gorgeous, of course. Trying to remember where this is. Is this? Fuck, it's been ages since I played Persona 4. I cannot remember the locales and stuff. It's just like in one of the shops. I don't think this would be inside the Amagi Inn. There's a new voice clip from Yukiko. Proper look at Yosuke's model here, and I think we might get a VA clip here.
Someone had to see that. I'm glad it was you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good voice actor. From what it sounds like. Obviously, not going to be as iconic as Yuri Lowenthal, but I think it's good. This is our look at Samegawa Floodplain. This looks gorgeous. Oh my god, dude. Like, the grass, the background, the sky, even the bench, it just looks so gorgeous. I'm sorry. First look at Chie's new model properly and her sprites. Once again, you can kind of see what I mean with the more cartoony, vibes here. But yeah, I do like the sprites. Like the yellow outline around them as well.
Was that supposed to be him?
I swear I recognize Chie's voice actor here. I can't put my finger on it. I need to go back and think about this. So, yeah, this is our look at running around here. We have texts as... Yeah, okay, I predicted this. I predicted that, just like in Reload, your classmates approaching you after class would be replaced with some form of messaging feature. I was correct there. We have our look at our little objective here. So this is obviously just after Kanji's dungeon. And here's a look at the mini-map. We can see there's got a confidant there. I can't place what one that would be. Bookstore. That looks like the weapons store, the general store. That'll be the meat stand. I forget what it is. Can't put my finger on what this one is. I hope you guys can see my mouse. Actually, I've just realized I've been using my mouse for a lot here. I don't know what that question mark is. It's not the Velvet Room, is it? Because the Velvet Room is in shopping district. So I'm just thinking, would that be it on the minimap there? No, surely not. Anyway, as you can see here, we have the menu button to save anywhere, which has been re-implemented from 5 and 3 Reload, which is lovely little quality of life. Log here means you can access the dialogue log. That's a funny saying. In the overworld. I'm not sure if you could do that in 5 or 3 Reload, but you can do it now. Y for menu, extra messages. This is kind of hard to see here, but left D-pad for Vox Populi. And I do not know what that means. Let's search this up. Voice of the people. I'm ignoring the overview. Voice of the people. So this is probably the function where you hit a button and it tells you what people did during that specific time slot. Or like what percentage of people did what. Which is nice to see. I know that was in like a golden in some weird form, but it was there at least. Another look at Samegawa. Samegawa floodplain has been renamed to Samegawa River by the looks of it. We can see this is just so nice. Like being able to walk. This is gonna be so nice. Being able to like properly walk along here. You can see there's a little fishing icon in the minimap. Could you fish in the original Persona 4? I don't know. I didn't really go that too deep into it. Which I believe, yeah, we do see here. Get some lovely fishing in here. Look at this UI. It's just fun. Like, you got the hook surrounding the bait count. It's just fun. Karaoke with Yosuke's winter outfit. That is a beautiful model. And here, this is the big one. Marie. Which means, I told you guys, golden content is in revival. I told you guys it wouldn't make sense for them to leave golden content out and then redo it as DLC because it's integrated into the game, unlike episode Aegis. It wouldn't make sense for Atlas to ask their audience of older teenagers who are in secondary or higher education and young adults who are either in higher education or have jobs to replay a 60+ hour game just because they added old content as DLC. I told you golden content was either just not going to be there or was going to be in the base game, and I was fucking right. Get fucked, all you Doom posters. Also, Marie's new model is very nice. I do like Marie. Classic tsundere over her. We got Nanako. Oh, my daughter. I love her so much. This model. Look at her. She's so happy. They're doing some gardening. Great vegetables, hopefully. Another instance where you can kind of see the more cartoony style of sprite. Was her forehead always that big? Holy shit, Nanako. Like, obviously you can't see it, but like underneath the hair, the bangs, that's gonna be a massive forehead. Jesus. And here we see Naoto. I love Naoto. She's probably my favorite P4 character. New model is very nice. New sprite is brilliant. And I like that new voice actor as well. Look at Rise. Nice new model. New sprites, of course. New voice actor. You can make your own opinions on that. We're getting a lovely little reel of all the members here. We have Kanji here. I've seen some people comment on his hairline. He looks so chopped because of it, but he was kind of always like that. I really wonder if that's natural, or if he purposely cut it like that. I sure hope he didn't.
Don't call me that.
I'd say that's a pretty good voice acting. Gets the delinquent vibe across properly. And here we look at Teddy. New model looks so, I don't want to say cartoony again, but it really captures the vibe of what Teddy is, I suppose. He's just some weird fantasy cartoon creature. Obviously, I know he's a shadow, like, realistically, but you know. And this sprite is, like, kind of less cartoony-ish. This sprite gives more reload sprites. And then here we have, this will be around Yosuke's Awakening. Wrong game there. This will be around Yosuke's Awakening, which I actually made a true GIF out of him picking up this paper. I'll see if I can pop that in here.
Killed by her herself.
And this is Chie's Awakening, and it looks like they actually gave us full rendered cutscenes for the Awakenings, which is, or not the Awakenings, but like the Shadow Confrontations, because I know you don't have like Awakenings as you do in P5, but like the Shadow Confrontations, they gave us full rendered cutscenes for, which is very nice. I think they really look beautiful. This! I've been obsessed with this. That replaces the cut-in, and I think that is so good. Like, if you compare what P3R did, like, yes, P3R's cut-ins look very good, but compare it to this? Oh my god, they went fucking balls to the wall with this game. It is wild. I'm trying to deduce what dungeon they're in here. I feel like this isn't is this the bathhouse? Yeah, no, this can't be Yukiko's castle, because I think this is the bathhouse. And if it is, look at this, this is really nice. Like, this battle arena as well. Yeah, this is really nice. And you have, this is something I noticed. This, meter here. This is new. I do not know what it is for yet, but as we can see, it's shared between the party. So this isn't a theurgy replacement, because each member had their own theurgy gauge. So this is some probably super attack meter for the whole party, rather than individually having their own theurgy. We can see we have the return of Baton Pass after it was changed to Shift in P3R. Now I do wonder if this means that they have returned Baton Pass to its original function of also raising the attack of the Baton Pass attack, or the power of the attack, because Baton Pass was so broken in Persona 5, and Persona 5, well, specifically Royal, it's insane. I do wonder if, yeah, this rename means they have returned it to its original function rather than exclusively shifting the turn like it was in P3, or they have just kept it, nerfed and changed it, because I feel like Baton Pass works better than Shift as a name for the investigation team, who are more of a group of friends than C's were as a group of operatives.
Alright.
Yeah, so get that meter again there. That beautiful critical text again. And here we can see this dungeon design is amazing. This is stunning. We can also see there's a gold shadow there. But yeah, this is stunning, right? You can see their little fun thing. They are infiltrating the dungeon on day one, as everyone else would. Also, we can see this meter in the overworld still. So this is going to keep charge between battles, just like Theurgy did. Yeah, as we can see here, you parries the enemy's attack, which means there is going to be a button command for, like, blocking, and then he strikes them for the advantage. Speaking of which, look at this, dude. They went balls to the walls with the UI design on this, man. It is insane. And here we can see Yukiko's animations, again with that critical text. This is insane. 4 more. What is going on here? What is going on with 4 more? I have no clue what this could mean. I am completely lost here. Does one member get 4 whole actions in a row? Or is this, like, press turn, where your party's actions loop? Or what the hell is going on? I do not know what 4 more means. Frankly, I'm kind of not excited to find out, because this seems like it will be destructive. Teddy's got a beautiful glimmering sprite up there. Prime time. What does this mean? The meter isn't here anymore, I've noticed. So the meter has seemingly turned into this prime time meter? Perhaps? Maybe once that's fully charged, you begin to get stacks on this? You can see there's your prompt for Baton Pass there as well. Series finale. They're just throwing shit at us. It looked like there was a bit of a pop-up there. Like an RT. So I think that prime time meter is going to initiate this series finale attack. Which seems like some super attack from the party. Perchance. Here's the meter again. I don't know what the difference is between this and that prime time meter, because we haven't seen them in the same thing yet. There's always been one, but not the other. But like, this is back after that. It's so confusing. We have no clue what this means yet. Obviously, we'll probably get explanation in due course, considering we've got what, 8 months until this game releases now? But yeah, so I'm guessing this prime time slash series finale attack is going to be our Showtime or our Theurgy replacement. I know Theurgies were very broken in P3R, so I wonder if this is just going to be some super damage attack, or if it is going to have secondary effects determined on the party member that's using it. Here we can see the all-out attack, which keeps the vibes of the P4, but you get this beautiful looping camera that focuses on all the party members at once. Roll that back. I'm in love with this animation, man. This is beautiful. And then you have Izanami's cross-slash there. Did I say Izanami? I meant Izanagi. Izanagi's cross-slash signature move, by the looks of it. That animation was fucking sick. I'm guessing that's probably, like, Yu's prime time attack or something. Or maybe it could be, Wait, no, yeah, okay, as you can see, Yu here is the one initiating the all-out attack, because his face is highlighted, and it focuses on all the party members here. So it could be that whoever initiates the all-out attack gets, similar to a finisher, this, little animation, and then probably will get, like, a splash at the end as well. Which I am excited to see what they do with the finale splashes here. But yeah, that animation, I love that. I want to run that back one more time because this animation is beautiful. Look at that. And then we run into, of course, title card, 18th of February 2027. Coming to Xbox, Steam, PS5. And that is where the trailer cuts. What a fucking trailer. There is so much to digest there. Between, like, the new mechanics and, like, the new voice cast and all the new sprites and the new UI. And I didn't even mention, like, the new song playing throughout the entire thing that I just have not been able to properly hear. So I've not been able to properly comment on. But it sounds pretty fucking good, man. I'm so excited for this. So, yeah, like, the dungeon design as well was so beautiful. It's genuinely insane. But yeah, like, that meter in the combat. This thing. Where was it? I've got no clue what this could be. Because it's clearly not the prime time meter here, where that was. It's clearly not this. Because obviously, well, they fucking look different. And also, you have the prime time meter here, but you also don't have the other meter, the one that appeared there. So, are they mutually exclusive? Does this one turn into the prime time meter? I don't know. But it looks like prime time slash series finale attack is going to be our kind of big charge up nuke attack, like Showtimes and Theurgies in P4R. And yeah, I'm just so excited for this game. Only got to wait 8 months. That's probably gonna feel like hell though. And I had it open on Opera GX here. Here we can see this is a look at the limited box edition of P4R. So you get, obviously, the base game, which this box art is beautiful. I really love that box art. You get a t-shirt, an art book, which I really, really want. I love art books. This is just a belt. The police tape belt. I'm unsure. This beautiful TV bag, by the looks of it. You've got the zips on the top. That's gonna go. It's like a purse. 220mm by 30mm by 130mm. Only 30mm deep? That's 3 centimeters. This isn't a bag, surely. Anyway, yeah, I don't really know what that is then. But you can also see some of the DLC, of course, we're inevitably going to have. We have the Velvet Room costume set that we get in every Persona game now. And we're getting P3R and P5R BGM set, which means they're gonna have probably battle tracks like Takeover, Last Surprise, It's Going Down Now, and Mass Destruction available for use in P4R. And that's probably where I'm going to wrap up the P4R discussion, because we have something really important to talk about. Because Atlas has decided to drop the Persona 6 teaser trailer. We now live in a post-Persona 6 announcement world. They didn't give us a year, they didn't give us a month, or fucking even a decade. This will probably be coming out either late 2027 or 2028. Like, my prediction here is, like, late 2027 through early 2029. I think it could be anywhere there. Hopefully it's not too long. Because, oh my god, dude. So, let's give this a quick watch here, and see if we can break down something. We can have the green, of course, that's the main color of the game, as has already been predicted. This fog, it's giving Persona 4, except it's more ominous and evil, which makes sense to the context we have of the game in a minute. We have... I thought at first that these were faces, like faces of people, but no, I'm pretty sure these are gravestones, which is actually why I thought this might not be Persona 6 at first, when I first watched the trailer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are all gravestones, which means that this has a very creepy vibe. And then you have this big thing here, that we are slowly approaching. Ooh. We have the big gravestone of ominous and mystery. I've got no clue what this could be, genuinely. Obviously, it's important. Is that a face there? Like, on top? Is this going to turn into a shadow, maybe? You can see we have someone reaching out towards it by the looks of it. And then we have all these, flashing images real quick. Like, I can't even... This is just way too fast for anything. This is a face. So this kind of coalition of faces, almost. I really don't know even what to say about it. Obviously, it has implications. You've got W, H, P, O, by the looks of it. All these pointing fingers. Obviously, this is probably going to be another societal commentary, maybe. R, R, E, A. Did these letters E, R, E? This kind of red yarn. This is just so... I'm gonna need to slow this down, maybe. Because I just cannot see what any of this means. And then obviously, this is our logo, Persona 6. Coming to Xbox, Steam, PS5. Good to know we'll have this on current gen consoles. This honestly could be a Persona 5 situation, where it's promised for the consoles that are current gen at the time of announcement, or technically the PS4 and Xbox One had just released, but the PS3 was still, you know, not in its dying years. Well, it was only just in its dying years. So they announced it initially for PS3, then said, yeah, it's going to come to PS4 as well, and then kind of just released it on PS3 out of obligation. So I wonder if we're going to get Persona 6 on whatever the next gen consoles are as well on release date, and then they just have to put it on, like, these consoles, the current gen consoles, just out of obligation. Okay, so I have quartered the speed of this here, so maybe we can see what the hell is going on. I'm going to turn this audio down a bit because it's kind of grating. And maybe we can see what the hell is going on. So yeah, we have this kind of coalition of faces, which... This is giving societal commentary. Did that look like rain droplets, almost? Yeah, this looks like rain droplets. We have W, H, P, O? Or is this O, O? Who? I think that might say who? Pointing fingers. So this is giving... It's giving murder mystery again, almost, but I don't think it's going to go in that direction based on other context we have that I'll discuss in a minute. Like, considering you have, like, the coalition of faces who could be, like, suspects, and you have the pointing fingers as accusatory glances, you know, accusing people of doing the thing. What does this say? E-R-A... There was something in between there. Just... Did it look like L? You can just see it there. But I can't tell if that's E... No, that's surely not L. I can't... A... E... R... Who are... You have this red string tying around itself. Who are you? It says, who are you? Okay. So this is... There we have the butterfly, of course. The blue butterfly. Reminiscent of every Persona game. Yeah, I want to focus on this. Who are you? So this is... This could be kind of more of a Persona 5 situation about discovering your true self. Well, that's more about Persona 4, isn't it, actually? Now that I think about it. So yeah, Persona 4, you accept your true self. Persona 5, you have to let out your true self. So we're taking another interpretation of the true self here? Who are you? Jeez. Got the blue butterfly, of course, that I'm pretty sure is Filemon, if you look at older game lore. This just looks like scribbling. What is this? Okay, more letters. C. And then it cuts. And this is just logo, right? Yeah. Who are you? C. Who are you, C? Who did you see? What could this... I've got no clue what this means. And then we have the title drop. What? Who are you, C? So the who are you is giving another interpretation of the idea of the true self that we've been exploring in the last couple of Persona games. But then that C is just such a wild card in there. That's a C. It looks a bit long. Is it a U sideways? I'm so baffled. Who are you? Followed by C. I've got no clue. Also have the butterfly. That kind of looks like a figure, almost, like a silhouette of a person. Filemon making a return, maybe? Would be nice. That's gotta be the silhouette of a person. Look at that, surely. Would be nice to see Filemon make a return in the modern Sona games. Oh, jeez, this is crazy. Luckily, we have some more information from Faz over on Twitter here. This is all kind of just introducing the game. This is also just describing basically Persona game. This is the paragraph we need to focus on. Specifically, beneath the surface of familiar streets and quiet neighborhoods lies something darker. Strange rumors, unsettling urban legends, and occult incidents that only you and your closest allies can face. So, strange rumors and urban legends. This has Persona 4 connotations, considering the Midnight Channel was like an urban legend that it would show you your soulmate, was it? I think. So this has Persona 4. I think we might be returning to a bit more of a small town kind of vibe with Persona 6. But this is really interesting. Occult incidents. I really want to focus on this here. Because this has implications for, I think, what the shadow world of Persona 6 could be. The Dark Hour, the TV world, the metaverse of Persona 6, right? So, from what limited knowledge I have about Japanese high school culture, I think an occult club, is a somewhat kind of common thing in Japanese high schools, maybe. And then this also kind of lines up with the idea of being a bit more of a small town. So I think that your team of allies might be, similarly to C's, registered as a school club, where you're registered as an occult club, and this has links to the Shadow World. So this will likely be a method of how you enter the Shadow World. I know I'm name dropping that one Persona 4 song a lot, but I really don't know what else to call them. So I'm thinking potentially like this this gives like, I don't know how to describe it, but the small town vibes are giving me like, we're not going to have like palaces again, you know? Those are massive, grand scale, right? We're not gonna have those again. I think what we might actually see is like almost like a Stranger Things upside down version of the town we're in, right? So you enter the Shadow World through like one of those occult summoning circles things, like the one with the star on it, and then the world almost flips, and then you find yourself in this weird distorted version where obviously it's not going to be too similar because that wouldn't make the dungeons interesting to explore. But also, it's not going to be like drastically different like palaces are. And also, like the weird like graveyard theming. This is probably going to be like kind of creepy-ish. Like, we're gonna have this weird, creepy, upside down version of the town. And then the dungeons are you exploring these distorted versions of different locales in the town. Maybe there's some sort of weird. Well, the only way I'd be able to describe it is like an illness, except it doesn't obviously affect living beings, but some weird illness distorting, or that's starting to distort some areas of the town, which is causing these local urban legends. And that's how your team figures out what dungeons they need to do. So you have, like, say, start of the game, obviously, protagonist from elsewhere transferring into a new high school, joins the occult club, which probably has like one other member at this point, and they find themselves by doing one of those weird summoning circles in this distorted version of probably the school, right? And having the school technically be the starting dungeon for 2 games in a row would maybe feel a little bit weird, but it's so different in P5 that it wouldn't matter. No, that's a castle, that's not a school. Like, very technically it's a school, but you know what I mean. So you'd find yourself in this weird, distorted version of the school. Something goes down to awaken to your persona. Once again, I kind of want to bring it back to the idea of who are you and the true self. So, in Persona 4, you accept your true self, and in Persona 5, you unleash your true self, essentially. I really have no clue what they could do here, but you find a way to summon your persona, and then you leave the Shadow World, and then you see this weird illness that begins to corrupt the school in some little areas, and then you have to go into the Shadow World to dispel whatever's causing it and free that area of the illness, right? And then as you progress through the game, you see more areas with that weird illness distortion popping up, and more people join the occult club, which then leads to, of course, more party members, probably capping at about 8. And then at the end, you fight a god, of course, which is probably causing all of this. But yeah, that's my vague theory for how it's going to go down. But yeah, I have no clue. Genuinely. Like, this is so. This little this is all that we've got. If we didn't have this, we wouldn't be able to theorycraft at all, because the entire rest of this big wall of text is basically just describing what a normal Persona game is. You know, unleash your Persona, forge unbreakable bonds. Yeah, this happens in every Persona game. This is the only thing that gives us any indication of what Persona 6 is actually about, and what has allowed me to craft these theories. So, you know, as we go into the hype cycle, we'll probably get a lot more detailed theories about what could potentially happen. But that's my vague idea of what's going to happen. And I'd say I've really gone as far as I can with what we've currently got. Hopefully we see some more of this stuff soon. Hopefully this isn't a Persona 5 situation. I mean, I'd say this was a better teaser than the You Are Slave one. Surely. I'd say it's better. But it still really gives us nothing. If it wasn't for this post and this sentence, we would have nothing. Other than, it's kinda creepy, 'cause it's a graveyard. But yeah, that's probably where I'm gonna wrap it up. I am still elated. My world is revolving. Forgive the Deltarune reference here. I cannot believe we got a Persona 4 Revival release date and a Persona 6 announcement on the same day in the same presentation. It's insane. I know this video is probably going to get like 3 views, but if you have any theories, comment them, sure. Just cutting it in post here to say that a Persona 4 Revival... What was it? A Persona 4 Revival information live stream has been announced for June 18th. So we'll probably get a lot of the features I was questioning on, like that prime time bar, properly explained to us in that live stream. So make sure to tune into that. And I will see you guys later. It's time to edit this video. Bye!